You can leave it up to a junkie to find drugs to get high on, even if it's an over the counter drug. This is a story that came out in the Washington Post, January 30th, 2018. FDA want to curb abuse of Imodium, the poor man's methadone. And yes, Imodium AD, that's over the counter meds, is an opioid. And you can walk into any CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, any retail store or pharmacy and get this right over the counter. It's an opioid. Woo, I tell you. The Food and Drug Administration is asking manufacturers of over the counter anti diarrhea treatments to change the way they package their products to curb abuse by people with drug addiction. See, in the case of them getting their drug from the dealer, they put all of the blame on the dealer and none on the junkie. So, who is to blame now that the pharmacies are carrying an opioid that's over the counter and it's being abused? So, it's still not the user's fault, it's the pharmacy or the retail store that carries that? Interesting, right? Commissioner Scott Gottlieb said in a statement Tuesday that the agency was taking the novel action because of growing concerns that abuse of Imodium AD and similar medications was adding to the death toll of the nation's opioid plague. The products readily available in supermarkets and drugstores are safe when used at the recommended maximum daily dose of 4 2 milligram tablets. But in large quantities, the agency warned, these products could cause dangerous irregular heartbeats and other problems, potentially resulting in death. Wow. So they are going for the anti diarrheal drugs that are on the shelf. And apparently, many of them contain opioids. I believe all of them do. In a large quantity, it induces a cheap, mild high, relieves withdrawal symptoms for drugs like hydrocodone, morphine, or heroin. People with addiction problems increasingly are turning to loperamide, experts say, as a prescription opioid become harder to obtain because of the changes in legislation and regulation. So, again, whose fault is it that the junkies are now abusing an over the counter drug? Now you can't blame a dealer or a drug trafficker for this one. But let me guess, the user is still not at fault, right? Oh, it's starting to sound ridiculous. The FDA said it has asked manufacturers to refashion their packages to contain only enough medication for short term use. A single package, for example, might contain 8 2 milligram capsules, enough for 2 days. The agency also want makers to use unit dose packaging, such as blister packs that must be individually unpeeled per dosage. The treatments are sold under a brand name Imodium AD, which is made by Johnson and Johnson, and as store brands and generics. In 2016, the FDA directed companies to change their product labels to warn consumers about ingesting high doses. Gottlieb said he also is asking online distributors which sell, okay, so they're trying to reduce the amount that you can get in one package to a 2 day supply. You see how they're now altering the way the public can get these meds over the counter because of the junkies. They have now they've messed things up for everybody. What if somebody really need that drug that's not an addict? and they may want to get a 30-day supply. So now the maximum is just a 2-day supply that you can get. So you would have to buy a bulk of packages, which they're going to probably not allow because of these junkies abusing the drugs from the drugstore, the over the counter drugs. Um, all right. But see, I want to know, how is that going to resolve them getting the drug online? Couldn't they still buy it in bulk online? I'm just saying, even if you stop them from getting this drug in the store, what are you going to do about the online retailers that are selling this also? And if people want to buy it in bulk online, then who's to say you can stop that? Okay, so they're just talking about people that they have found unresponsive after they've taken these over the counter drugs in bulk, which, they're not taking it as directed. So, yeah, I guess they are having health problems. So, I'm not going to get into that. It's just talking about different cases where people had seizures or um, they've been impacted by taking this Imodium AD in bulk. But tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell twice. Also, join me over on Black Junction TV and blackspot.com. Peace, family.